At the beginning of the story, we see a man named Jordy who goes into a bar and sits down. When a waitress named Lizzie comes to him to take his order, Jordy says that he is looking for a man named Jensen. At first, Lizzie pretends that she doesn't know anyone named Jensen, starts to walk away, but Jordy stops her and says, "I know everything. You know him. Stop pretending and sit down here." Seeing Jordy's anger, Lizzie sits down. Jordy asks her again about Jensen, and Lizzie replies that she doesn't know anything about whatever happened between the two of them. Hearing this, Jordy threatens her and tells her to go and tell her friend Jensen to return everything he stole from him. What neither of them knows is that another man in the bar has been watching everything closely. Jordy then tells Lizzie to go after finishing her shift and find Jensen for him, warning her not to try anything smart or she won't be able to escape. Saying this, Jordy leaves the bar. The man who had been watching them for a long time comes out as well and starts abusing Jordy. Enraged, Jordy beats him up and leaves. On the other side, we see a girl named Sophia. She is hunting a deer with her father, James. Together, they kill a deer and bring it home. Sophia prepares dinner while James repairs his vehicle. The next morning, James wakes up early and leaves some gifts and a birthday cake on the table for Sophia, then heads to town in his truck. When Sophia wakes up and sees the cake and gifts, she is very happy. When she opens one of the gifts, she finds a gun, which makes her extremely happy. Meanwhile, James stops at a shop on the way and buys a grass cutting machine. During this time, Sophia goes fishing alone. As she is returning home after fishing, she hears a voice. She quickly pulls out her gun and moves forward, but she doesn't see anything. Later, when James returns home, he can't find Sophia anywhere and starts searching for her. Suddenly, Sophia appears and says that she has found something. James takes his gun and goes to the spot where he finds a woman lying injured. He carries her back home. Sophia suggests taking the woman to a hospital, but when James examines her injuries, the woman pleads, "No hospital, please." James and Sophia treat her wounds at home. Later, when the woman regains consciousness, Sophia feeds her some food. That night, instead of sleeping, James stays awake with his gun to make sure no one is following. The next morning, when the woman fully regains consciousness, she notices that one of her hands is tied. She asks Sophia why, and Sophia replies that they don't know her well enough. Sophia introduces herself, and the woman says her name is Shelley. Elsewhere, James buys some supplies and clothes from a store. When he heads back toward his truck, the police arrive. The sheriff, who is his friend, introduces him to a new man. James then returns home, puts away the supplies, and goes to Shelley's room, where Sophia is also sleeping. That night, James goes to Shelley. When Shelley wakes up, James asks her how all this happened. Shelley explains that she was in her apartment when some masked men came in. They brutally beat her and her friend. Then they forced them into a car, drove them far away, stopped at a place, and made them get out. Shelley further explains that her friend told those men that she didn't know anything, but they still shot and killed her. After seeing this, Shelley tried to run, but they shot her as well, causing her to fall off a bridge. When James asks about her friend, Shelley says her name was Lizzie and that she was her only friend. After this, James goes to the place where he finds Lizzie's dead body lying there. He throws the body into the water. When James returns home, Sophia asks him where he had gone. James replies, "Nowhere." Later, when James prepares to go to town again, Sophia asks why he has suddenly started going out so much when he never used to before. James then tells her that they will have to take Shelley to the town hospital. Sophia says that James himself had said Shelley was getting better and asks what happened. James gets out of the truck and tells Sophia that he saw a dead body near the river and that the people who killed Lizzie might also be after Shelley, so they need to be careful. James tells Sophia to lock the doors and then heads toward town, where he makes a phone call. Meanwhile, Sophia sits with Shelley and tells her about her family and about her mother. When James returns home, he immediately pulls out his gun and starts looking toward the other side of the house. Sophia comes out and asks what's wrong, but they don't see anything. Both of them go back inside. Seeing Shelley, James asks her how she is feeling now. Before dinner, as he does every day, James says a prayer and then they eat. Seeing this, Shelley finds it a bit strange. On the other side, Jordy's men capture Jensen and brutally beat him. When Jordy arrives and questions him, Jensen refuses to tell him anything. Enraged, Jordy orders his trusted man to kill Jensen. With one heavy blow, Jensen falls down, but even then he does not reveal the truth. Furious, Jordy kills him himself. The next morning after breakfast, James sends Sophia to another place and takes Shelley with him in the truck toward town. On the way, they spot the sheriff. James stops the truck and talks to his friend. The sheriff tells him that they have found Jensen's body with multiple bullet holes in his head and that Jensen's family has been missing for several days. The sheriff also informs James about Lizzie's body and mentions that one girl is missing, though he doubts she is still alive. Hearing this, James asks if they know who did all this. The sheriff replies that whoever is responsible is extremely dangerous and advises James to stay out of the matter. The sheriff and his partner then notice Shelley sitting in the truck and ask James who she is. James lies and says she is his niece who has come to celebrate Sophia's birthday. The sheriff says okay and tells him that he should leave the area. James then drives away. James asks Shelley about the group group that killed Lizzie, but Shelley says she doesn't know much about them, only that she saw the face of one man. After hearing this, James decides not to take Shelley down. During dinner, Sophia asks Shelley about her family. Shelley explains that she has no one left. Lizzie was her only friend, and now she is dead. Elsewhere, one of Jordy's men informs him that the girl is still alive. Jordy angrily says that he had ordered her to be killed. The man replies that this time she will not survive. In the evening, while James is outside the house, a car pulls up. Hearing the sound, Sophia and Shelley look out through the window. The car contains Jordy's men, who lie to James and say they are searching for their sister named Shelley, who has a tattoo on her hand, and that they heard she came from the river area. James replies that he has not seen any such girl. Inside the house, Sophia gives Shelley a knife for protection. Outside, one of the men tells James that he doesn't trust. Just then, Sophia comes outside and tells James that dinner's ready. Seeing this, the man walks back to his car and says that he will find his sister no matter what. After they leave, Sophia asks James if those were the same people. James confirms that they were. Sophia then asks why he didn't shoot them since they had done all this to Shelley. James tells her that it is not their fight and sends her back inside. After some time in the darkness of the night, the same men secretly return. Shelley wakes up. James goes to their car and holds the man in the driver's seat at gunpoint, asking how many people there are. The man mockingly replies that James should have stayed inside, calling him Mr. Country. When Shelley comes out of her room, the man grabs her from behind and begins strangling her. At that moment, Sophia enters the room with a gun. Seeing her, the man releases Shelley. Shelley immediately picks up the knife and slashes the man's throat. Enraged, the man fires at Sophia, but she narrowly escapes. Hearing the gunshots, James shoots the driver and rushes into the house, where he finds another man injured. James shoots and kills him, then searches the remaining rooms to make sure no one else is inside. After that, James tells Sophia to stay in her room. As soon as morning comes, James burns the dead bodies and hides the men's car in a secluded location. Sometime later, Shelley comes to James and says that she should leave this place, but James asks her to sit down and tells her to explain everything. Shelley says that the Jensen the sheriff mentioned was Lizzie's friend, and because of him, those people killed Lizzie. She adds that she doesn't even know James, but he saved her life. Still, she asks him to drop her somewhere else, because those people will keep coming back. She says she has already seen Lizzie die and cannot bear to see anyone else die. After this, James takes a shovel and goes into the forest, where he digs up a box buried in the ground containing a large amount of money. He takes out some of the cash, hides the box again, and then goes to town. In town, James is sitting inside a church when the sheriff arrives and starts talking to him. The sheriff tells him that the murders of Lizzie and Jensen are connected, and that they were carried out by a crew called the Brotherhood. He then tells James that if he knows anything, he should report it. James tells the sheriff that Lizzie's roommate, Shelley, is currently with him. The sheriff asks if she is alive, and James says yes. The sheriff then asks where Shelley is. James replies that she is with, but that she needs to be taken out of town. James also says that he doesn't trust the rest of the police, and that no report should be filed, and his name should not appear in the case. He asks the sheriff to safely escort Shelley out of the area. Meanwhile, Sophia tells Shelley that they will take her to a safe place. Shelley tells Sophia that she is very kind. Then James arrives and tells Shelley that this man will take her to a safe place. Seeing this, Sophia walks away. James gives Shelley some money in an envelope and tells her that she can trust the man. Shelley replies that she trusts James. After that, Shelley leaves with the sheriff, while James and Sophia return home. But after Shelley leaves, Sophia stops talking to her father. At night, James tries to explain to Sophia that they had no other option. Sophia responds that Shelley also had no choice, and that staying with them made her feel like she was living with her mother again. She says that Shelley trusted them. That was all. Hearing this, James replies that he only cares about Sophia and that he would do anything to keep her safe. After hearing this, Sophia quietly goes back inside the house. The next morning, James takes Sophia with him to town and tries calling the sheriff, but there is no answer. James then gives Sophia his wallet and tells her to go to the market and buy whatever she wants, but not to come outside before he returns. After that, James goes to the police department himself. The sheriff is not there, only his partner is present. The partner tells James that no one has seen the sheriff since that day, and that the sheriff's wife said he never came home that night. He also adds that he himself was with the sheriff when James had called. The partner asks James if he knows anything and urges him to tell the truth if he does. James replies that he came there to meet the sheriff himself and that he doesn't know anything. He tells the partner to inform him if he finds out something and then starts to leave. As James walks away, the partner calls out him from behind saying, "You're hiding something." James does not respond and leaves, taking Sophia back home. At home, James begins taking guns out of a bag and reloading. Sophia asks what's wrong. James says that maybe they have killed the sheriff and that they might come there next. Sophia starts crying and asks whether Shelley is okay and if nothing has happened to her. That night, a car stops near James's house. The sheriff's partner is inside. He quickly gets out with a gun and tries to sneak into the house, but James comes from behind and knocks him unconscious with a stick. When the man wakes up, he finds himself tied up. James begins questioning him, but when the man refuses to talk, James starts the grass-cutting machine. Terrified, the man confesses that he killed the sheriff and handed the girl over to his boss. When James asks who his boss is, the man refuses to answer, so James turns on the machine and cuts off his nose. After that, James writes a letter for Sophia, saying that everything he has done was to keep her safe. He asks her to forgive him if she can. He writes that he is going to rescue Shelley, and that if Sophia ever needs money, he has written down a location where she can find. He tells her her to take good care of herself. James then puts a mask over the man's face, takes him in the car, and drives straight to the boss. Upon arriving, James calls one of the guards over and kills him. But as he moves forward, the remaining guards spot him. At that moment, Jordy also comes outside with a gun. James tells him, "I've come for my friend. I know she's here." Jordy replies, "I know you. Every man I sent after you never came back alive. Did you kill all of them?" Meanwhile, one of Jordy's men takes cover and prepares to attack James from behind. At that moment, we see that Sophia is also present, taking cover with a sniper rifle. As soon as the shooting begins, Jordy retreats inside. The man behind James advances to attack him, but Sophia shoots him down. During the firefight, James is also wounded. Many of Jordy's men are killed, and James realizes that Sophia is there with him. Then one of Jordy's men goes after Sophia, but when he reaches her position, she is no longer there. In the next moment, Sophia appears from behind and kills him as well. James goes inside and finds several hostages there. He tells them to stay where they are for now. As he moves forward, he hears Jordy's voice coming from one of the rooms. When James enters that room, he sees Shelley lying on the floor and a tape recorder playing. Suddenly, Jordy attacks James from behind with a knife. He grabs James's gun and says, "I'm the king." At that very moment, Sophia shoots Jordy from behind and kills him. After this, James and Sophia leave the place with Shelley and the remaining hostages. 1 month later, Shelley thanks James and Sophia and then leaves. After that, James takes Sophia to meet her mother. And with this, the movie comes to an end. So friends, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.